Morning. Welcome, thank you for attending today. I'm Graham Whistance, MD here at MyMobileWorkers. Hope you'll find the day informative. My role today in this glorious weather is to get our bit started and to summarise from our point of view the key findings from our report into the impact of technology in the highway sector. I'm sure you've all read it. Hands up. One. Brilliant. Well, we've got one. But before we talk about that, so as I say, Graham Whistance, MD here at MyMobileWorkers, and I've spent the last 15 years working to assist companies finding better ways to communicate with their mobile workers. Business-focused mobile solutions are best when they provide companies accurate data, allowing them to make real business decisions about how to improve all aspects of the process. This data capture and interpretation is where I believe companies can see a massive benefit, and it's where MyMobileWorkers is really focused. So I've strived over this time to make sure that our company is at the forefront of technology that allows you to do that. Outside of work, I can usually be found at Trafford Rowing Club in a rowing boat going up and down the Bridgewater Canal in Manchester. Occasionally they even allow me in a competitive boat, which makes it not very competitive, unfortunately. I've got a son who's into rowing, so he's been rowing properly at a good level for a long time, and I got fed up of taking him around the country, so I joined.
You did almost win Traffics though.
Sorry?
You did almost win.
Yeah, there was, at the Traffic show, someone, I wasn't actually intending to go, but it was a 3-day event, and someone sent me a picture of a rowing machine in competition that it was row 500 metres as fast as you can. So I went down and I was winning until about 2 hours from the end of the day. Gutted, absolutely gutted. I nearly had another go, but I couldn't actually stand up at that point. But I really use the rowing to mainly as another way to analyse data. I'm a proper data junkie. And as you can see, rowing just gives me, and my watch gives me all the data I want about the performance. So whether it's companies, customers, our company, rowing data, that's what I love doing, interpreting data. So a little bit about MyMobileWorkers. The MyMobileWorkers software product is now the primary focus of the company since we created it about 3 years ago. And after over a decade of creating bespoke solutions for large companies such as Autoglass, Comet, Iveco, Steinhoff Group, it became clear that most companies do the same thing. They've got the same daily process. They do something at the start of the day, whether that is a vehicle check or a team meeting, whatever it may be. They then go and do their jobs for the day, whether that's delivering furniture, collecting waste, filling potholes, and then at the end of the day, they've got another end-of-day process. So it's like a good story. There's a beginning, middle, and an end to every day. Over the course of the last few years, the software is really focused on complex processes, which fits the highway sector really well. And MyMobileWorkers is now the widest used tool in the highway sector. It helps companies manage their workforce and assets with real-time visibility of what's going on, keeps the workforce safe by forcing process, and provides your clients with exceptional customer service. Just some of the people who are using our software. We've got a couple of guys here today who are users of the software, so feel free, don't just take our word for it that we're brilliant. We've got a couple of people who hopefully will say the same thing about us from a customer point of view, hopefully. So, let's take a look at the sector. There's 38.5 million vehicles on the roads of Great Britain, more than ever before. And whilst that rate of growth is slowing slightly, then it is continuing to grow. There's over 4,000 businesses operating in the UK highway sector, directly employing about 300,000 people, indirectly employing a great deal more. And our highways network is being put under greater and greater strain, and businesses and workers that work in that sector are feeling the strain as they're put under increased pressure to keep the impact of maintenance to a minimum, whilst at the same time companies are coming under increasing government legislation and regulation to ensure well-being and safety. So it's effectively a double whammy, where things have got to be done efficiently and effectively, but they've got to be proven to be done accurately and safely. So we were keen to understand to what extent digital technology and specifically software, how it could help alleviate this pressure. So we commissioned an independent report carried out by 4Media, which asked a large group of director level contacts in the highways sector about how their companies operate. So our white paper, Driving Change, the Impact of Technology in the Highway Sector, looks at the adoption of software in the industry and its impact on many things, including safety and compliance. And today I'm briefly going to look at some of those areas and hopefully give you a little bit of food for thought. So, preventing accidents. The main reason we're here today is to talk about highway safety. So the first thing we asked was how businesses believe they could stop accidents happening. In the report, over half of businesses surveyed said that the accidents that occurred over the past 12 months were preventable, and these are the top recorded reported measures that people said could have prevented accidents. As you can see, the top measure here is having a more detailed vehicle inspection, along with better safety training, and both of these things can be helped with software. Detailed vehicle check inspections can be carried out using software, and trends picked up before turning into major problems. Software can also alert the relevant people, whether that's the transport manager or the site manager, and software can be used to force process whereby if the vehicle does have an issue and shouldn't be used, the users can't start a job with that vehicle. Something that can't be easily controlled with paper, or a process where jobs are emailed or WhatsApped. That's a word. Better training can be covered in two ways. Firstly, jobs on average using software take less time, so potentially that can free up time to do more training. And additionally, training information can be provided as attachments to jobs, so made available on a searchable pack of information on a mobile device. If the user isn't sure about something, up-to-date information can be available for them there and then using a bit of software. So, compliance. Second area, I'm going to cover compliance. When asked about the biggest compliance challenges were within their business, almost half said that ensuring equipment is safe is their top compliance problem, followed by getting staff together for training and ensuring all safety processes are followed. And enforcing process is something that software is extremely good at. MyMobileWorkers, for example, can force certain information to be collected or checked before jobs can be started or completed. It forces a consistent approach to everything that the operatives do, reducing training requirements and guaranteeing that consistency that's required. Everything that's done is also audited, allowing you to retrospectively see every interaction. So who did it, when they did it, and where they were when they did it. That sort of information is pivotal to compliance. So, use of technology. Technology hasn't been adopted as quickly in this sector as other sectors. Proof of delivery has been around for forever, really, in the courier sector, for example, but there's still significant gaps in the highway sector. And while 65% of the people surveyed in the report had noted that they do use technology to do one of these three things, so enforce job process, which is something that Highways England are really focused on at the moment, collecting and analysing data from jobs and tracking the process of jobs. Less than half of them use digital tools for all three. Now, as a company who've been promoted into this sector for quite some time, we were quite surprised that 47% of companies used that for all three. Because when we're talking to companies, we feel that they're not using, not that many companies are using software for all of these different areas. So we asked the survey company to check what people meant by digital tools, and many of the firms responded with what we would call non-auditable software. So things like email, WhatsApp and spreadsheets, which, whilst assisting the process, is actually very difficult to get auditable management information such as who, when and where from. So this type of digital tool, what's obviously better than none, still leaves a large area for improvement. There is a major and, from our point of view, fairly significant link between the use of technology and fewer accidents. So firstly, highways businesses that use technology to enforce job processes, remarkably, said that they had nearly 50% fewer accidents in the last 12 months compared to those who don't. It's 50%. It's a ridiculous figure. Even more importantly, not a single business that said that they used software for all three of these areas that I talked about, to enforce process, to track jobs and analyse data performance, reported an increase in accidents, not one of them, in the last 12 months. So what does that mean? At least to me, I think it shows that there's a direct link between the use of software and less accidents. And on top of that, the more areas that you use software, the less likely accidents are. And it shows categorically that implementing the right solution has a direct impact on safety within the highways business. So, just finally moving on to the business performance side of things, business benefit. So, how does all of it impact the business as a whole? Safety isn't just about keeping your workers safe, it's your reputation within the industry and the overall satisfaction of your clients. The questionnaire concluded that using software means highways employees completed jobs on average 2.3 hours quicker using software than using a paper-based process. That's a real-world cost saving on top of the benefit of getting higher quality data and improving the safety and compliance of the company. So on top of this, 100% of businesses that track job progress through software report that they're fully confident that the customers are satisfied with their service, and that's 22% higher than people who don't use it. So, used correctly, technology can improve the safety and compliance of jobs carried out by highways businesses, whilst at the same time as doing that, it can significantly reduce the time taken to complete those jobs. So, what isn't to love there? So, brief conclusion. Software can be used to prevent accidents. It can guarantee compliance. We feel that the evidence from the report shows that there is a direct link between use of technology and reduced accidents. And the more you use software, the less the accidents happen. So really basically, if you aren't using software already, you should be. And if you have implemented software, you should be using more software for different areas. That's it from me. So, hope you found my content useful. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the day. I'm around all day, so if you agree or disagree with any of the things that I've said, by all means, catch me throughout. And I'll now hand over to Matt. Perfect.
Yeah.